Fun fact about Japanese ramen noodles and instant noodles. Instant noodles are a common college staple. They're cheap, inexpensive, and easy to make. However, have you ever thought about the true facts of the ramen noodle? Where did it come from? When was ramen invented? So watch. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notification to join us in healthifying life. 1. Ramen originated from China. Ramen is often regarded as one of the most iconic dishes of Japanese culture, however it is originally a Chinese dish. Ramen first originated in Japan in 1910, when some Chinese cooks in Tokyo used kansui, a mineral water containing sodium carbonate, to make their noodles. It turned the noodles bright and stretchy, much like the ramen noodles we're all familiar with. The meal was originally known as Shina soba, which translates as China noodle. 2. Ramen is the Japanese pronunciation of the Chinese word lamian. Ramen and lamian sound similar, right? The term ramen is supposedly the Japanese pronunciation for the Chinese word for pulled noodles, lamian. Additionally, an alternative term for ramen is chuka soba, literally, Chinese noodles. 3. Japan thinks ramen is one of the greatest inventions. There is so much technology in Japan. The Japanese believe their best invention of the 20th century is not the Walkman, Nintendo, or Pokemon, but instant ramen. In second place, karaoke. 4. Momofuku Ando invented the idea of instant ramen. It was said that Momofuku Ando got the idea to make an instant noodle product when he saw a line of people waiting in long lines patiently for a bowl of ramen. Thus, he wanted to create a product that was tasty, inexpensive, and easy to prepare. In 1971, cup noodles, also known as cup ramen, was invented, and it forever transformed the way instant noodles are consumed throughout the world. 5. Instant noodles were once considered a luxury grocery store item. When instant noodles were first introduced in Japanese grocery stores, they were typically 6 times more expensive than fresh noodles.
Oh my god! Wow!
However, today instant ramen is considered one of the signature, cheap foods in grocery stores. 6. China consumes the most instant ramen. According to the World Instant Noodles Association. Yes, a noodles association actually exists. Chinese mainlanders and Hong Kong residents combined consumes around 46 billion packets of ramen yearly. 7. Instant noodle consumption around the world. Approximately 103 billion servings of instant noodles are eaten worldwide every year. Indonesia is the second highest country when it comes to consuming instant noodles. The people of Indonesia ate more than 12 billion servings. The United States falls slightly behind, and only consumes an average of 4 billion servings, ranking 6th in the world for instant noodle demand. 8. Some people eat instant noodles uncooked. It is perfectly safe to eat the crispy ramen brick all on its own, as instant ramen is pre-cooked and dehydrated. While it will be nice and crunchy, it will also be very plain and boring. 9. Eating too much instant ramen can kill you. According to studies, eating instant noodles 2 or more times per week increases the risk of developing heart disease and conditions including diabetes and stroke, especially in women. This is because instant ramen is highly processed and is very high in calories and sodium. And to add, some styrofoam packaging contains BPA, which can interfere with hormones. 10. The noodle length inside an instant ramen packet is 51 meters. If you were to take a packet of ramen and stretch out all of the noodles into one line, the approximate length would be 51 meters. This makes one packet of ramen longer than 2 tennis courts and an Olympic-sized swimming pool, or equivalent to 2 basketball courts. What a length! 11. The shelf life of instant noodles ranges from 2 to 12 months. On average, instant noodles from the date of manufacturing will have a shelf life of 2 to 12 months. The best recommendation that we can provide is to check the expiration date. Yes, the package will have an expiry date, so make sure to check it carefully as it may be hard to see or find. You can consume the noodles past the expiration date by a few days or even a couple weeks, but with caution. The phases of expiration include 6 months after expiration date. The soup will taste bland as the flavor packet loses its potency. The ramen will taste bad overall. 18 months after expiration date. The ramen noodles will give you an upset stomach. The noodles will taste more like cardboard than food. There will also be strange particles floating in the soup. 24 months after expiration date. The noodles will have an unpleasant smell. It will also feel very oily and unpleasant to eat. You can expect some stomach problems afterwards. 12. It's polite to slurp ramen loudly. Those who aren't accustomed to the delightful world of ramen would easily see the slurping as rude. It is customary in Japan and China to loudly slurp your noodles as a gesture of gratitude for your one-bowl dinner, and it is considered a compliment to the cook. However, there's actually a very good reason for the seemingly annoying action. Since ramen is served steaming hot, immediately thrusting a mouthful of broth-soaked noodles into your mouth is a bad idea. What the slurping does, however, is allows the noodles to not only cool off but aerate, as well, and this helps immensely to release all the subtle flavors hidden deep within the spiced broth. So, the next time you find yourself in a ramen joint, put your table manners aside for a bit and brace yourself for a slurpathon for that dish loud and proud. 13. You can experience 1958 Japan in a ramen museum. A miniature historical theme park, Ramen Town, located on the bottom 2 levels of the Ramen Museum, is a recreation of a bustling urban neighborhood in the year 1958. Scattered among the weathered faux storefronts and 50s-era billboards are real ramen shops from around Japan, where you can try out different regional styles of noodles. 14. Ramen is popular with mukbangers. Mukbang are live video broadcasts that happen online. Pronounce it, mukbang. Many of the web's most popular mukbanging videos are laden with mouthfuls of instant ramen. These mukbangers garner millions of views eating food, and those instant noodles seem to be at the forefront. 15. Take your photos quickly. The noodles will become soggy and the soup will grow cold if you ignore your ramen, so the one trick to enjoying your ramen is to finish taking your photos quickly. Although there are a handful of shops in Japan that have no photo policies, Japanese people are generally very sensitive about having their own photo taken by strangers. If you start snapping photos of the ramen master cooking, or other random customers, expect to be reprimanded. If you want to take photos of anything inside the shop other than your bowl, you should always politely ask first. 16. The exit. Once you've finished your bowl and are ready to leave, make eye contact with the master or a member of the staff and say, "Gochisa sama deshita," a traditional phrase meaning, "Thank you for the meal." Then watch other customers leave to see if the shop expects its customers to put the empty bowl on the upper counter. Just do as they do and you'll be fine. As you exit, close the door completely as you give one final slight nod to the master and make your escape. There you have it, a slurp-worthy list of 16 fun facts about ramen and instant noodles. What are your experiences with eating ramen in Japan? Do you have hidden fun facts or stories about ramen? Share it through comments below and I'd love to see it. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends and click subscribe. Happy slurping!